In this video, we'll look at the bank reconciliation feature in SuperControl. So under Agency, Reports, Reconcile Bank, and then Reconcile Transactions we'll look at in a second. So Reconcile Bank is a report which lets you match the transactions in SuperControl to the transactions that as they appear in your actual bank account. We've got some simple settings. The filter date is the date that you are wanting to reconcile to, so reconciling to a balance on your bank statement. Card supplements is largely irrelevant now because they are no longer appropriate. So when I filter this, I've got several things appearing. We'll look at where they come from in SuperControl. First of all, we've got a reconciled forward total. So I've previously reconciled this bank and it's taken me to this balance. And then at the bottom, I've got a reconciled balance. And as I tick totals here, that balance is going to change. So the idea of this exercise is to get this to match your actual bank statement. So we've got a number of different transactions that appear in here. Here we have transactions which have come from a guest. So this is money in and out, linking to a booking that a guest has paid or a refund has been made to that guest. Here we have the owner payments. So where I've made a payment to an owner, that money is coming out of the bank. So at the end of my monthly or regular owner statement run, the amounts will appear here. We'll look at adding another couple of different things in here as well. So I've got under Agency, Edit Suppliers and Statement, I've got my cleaning company and I owe them 4390. So I'm going to mark this as paid. So I'm going to write pay supplier on this date. So actually the amount due to them was 755, which is the running total. 755. So if I now go back to my Reconcile Bank, you can see here minus 755 has appeared. Another item which should be pushed through to the reconciliation report is the commission being paid to you. So under Agency, Commission Statement. And then in the top row under All Owners, go to View Payments. So you could do this after you pay your statement. We would recommend that you do, but this is how you get back to this payment. So we paid these owners, but we are owed some commission. So I'm going to mark this as paid as well, and again on this date. So that marks that as paid. So again, if we go back to the bank reconciliation report and reload it, we can see here that the commission amount has been paid out as well. So this amount, all of these figures, you actually need to physically make the payments in your bank, but this is recording the totals that have been paid. So assuming I was happy with all of these payments and they all appeared exactly on my bank statement, I would just tick all and that would give me this balance going forward. But maybe particularly if it's on the cutoff around the payment date, you might have one or two that aren't showing on the statement yet, and so you can just untick them. So if I reconcile these, it takes me directly to the Reconcile Transactions report, which I can get to by going to Reports, Agency Reports, and Reconcile Transactions. And you can see here we've got the reconciliation we just did today, as well as a couple of previous ones. So this is what we just ticked and giving me the bank balance that we had. So that bank balance will now come forward when we next do reconciliation. You remember we unticked a couple of payments which are still showing ready to be reconciled. If it's the first time you're doing your reconciliation and you want to match the brought forward balance to your account, your actual amount in your account, or if you've made a payment out of your client account which isn't recorded in SuperControl for some reason, you can use this enter custom bank payment or receipt to create a payment. So if I'm going to put, I'm going to put paid supplier for some reason on the 10th, and you can see now that has appeared here, and I can reconcile that off, and either a positive or a negative payment or a refund out of that account, and that is useful for getting your balance correct if you've got payments coming out of your client account which aren't recorded in SuperControl for some reason. So any payments you make in SuperControl that indicate they're going in and out of the bank should appear on this reconciliation, and then you can match them on regular intervals to your bank statement.